Welcome to This Was Fun podcast. We're really excited to have you guys today. Right?
Yes, we are.
We're going to have a little series of topics that we're going to share with you today. When this podcast was in the works in my brain, we would have these ridiculous conversations. We always have these ridiculous conversations. And then I started taking notes of what they were about in anticipation of this podcast one day. So we're going to whip out the list. I have it here. And we're going to get through, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 of them. And this is just a playful banter before we get into some nitty-gritty deep stuff in future episodes. But you're going to hear from both of our perspectives on super random topics. I feel pretty passionately about mine.
You do.
As do you.
Yeah. I just feel like my opinion on the matter is more people could probably relate to.
Okay, I guess we're going to find out. So we're going to need to hear from you guys who you relate more to. I bet it's usually split with couples. Like one person's going to lean. Whenever I post things that are on social media that are, this is what I do, this is what he does, people are like, I relate more to your husband, or, oh, I am that person too. So I feel like you have to be, opposites attract.
We'll see.
Are we opposite?
And we're opposite in a lot of things. Yes.
That's why we fit so well together, right?
Yeah. We got together with the thoughts of, we have a lot in common, like you pretending that you love basketball.
I ain't even gonna lie. I did used to watch basketball
when we were dating,
with you.
She would watch basketball with me, and she would tell me how excited she was to watch the games, and she'd sit there and watch them with me. And as soon as we got engaged, started to slowly see, do you really actually like basketball? And now she's admitted it. She doesn't really like basketball at all, which is fine. I've accepted it.
At that time, it was like my life cycle was going to my brother's basketball games. Mm-hmm. So that was a huge part of my life, was being at almost every single game with my family. And so I watched basketball at that time. And now we have 6 kids, and I've done entrepreneurship, and I really like crafting. So there's just like so many other things I do with my time than sit and watch a basketball game.
I get it.
I will craft next to you while you're watching. Will that work? Would that suffice?
No, I have my sons to watch basketball with me now, so I'm good.
I've been replaced.
I have my company.
He doesn't even want me. Okay. I have recently taken to. I like brought up players' names to you. Like, did you see? Right?
Yeah, I feel like you look something up on social media quick, and then you come and say, hey, did you see that Julius Randle had 30 points and 10 rebounds yesterday?
I don't know who that is, but maybe somebody else, yes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's a little effort there.
There is. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
A little effort.
Thank you.
But it's okay. Even if there weren't effort, it took me a few years to accept it.
Yeah.
Except that I was deceived at the beginning.
I liked it at the beginning. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just that over the years, it became less and less important.
Sure.
I wasn't.
I get it.
You think I just put on a facade of pretending to like basketball and sat there for hours watching it?
Yeah, that's what you told me you did. It's okay.
No, I feel more like
you did it
fit into my lifestyle then. I didn't have much going on in those days.
Yeah.
Now there's just so many other things.
You did what you had to do to get the man. You got the man, and
we can't even watch shows together anymore, though, because our cadence of watching TV is very different. Like it's a daily thing for him. It's like a once every couple of weeks thing for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, it's a relaxing in the evening thing. Either I'm watching a game or I'm watching a show, like around 8 p.m. just to relax.
Yeah.
And you don't like to do that before bed?
No, I do not want to watch TV. I will watch a movie every once in a while with the kids.
What's on the list?
All right, so We started out our marriage just like any other couple. We had did we start with a king size bed?
No, we had a queen.
We had a queen. I don't know when we bumped up to a king, but you know, you have your fitted sheet, you have your next sheet, then you maybe have a blanket, and then you have your comforter. And I don't know if it's a millennial thing, but I don't think anybody uses that second sheet anymore. It's just like fitted sheet and then comforter. What I've heard is millennials, we don't understand what that extra sheet is for. You know what I mean? That like other one that flaps over.
Yeah.
What's the purpose?
I don't know.
It's not as comfortable as the comforter.
Yeah.
Over the years, I don't know how it happened, we eliminated that sheet. So we have the fitted sheet and then just our comforter. And we would snuggle in bed to sleep like every night together. And now it's been 17 years of marriage, and we both sleep on top of our comforter, and we have our own separate blankets on top of the comforter that we both curl up in, and we do not snuggle at night. He would like to. We do not snuggle.
I don't know. I would like to initially, and then eventually we'll roll over to our own sides.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
But I like it because we don't have to make the bed in the morning. It is already made. And we just sleep on top of the comforter. And then when we wash the sheets, we just wash the comforter and the fitted sheet.
And we have our individual blankets.
And which are soft and warm and comfy, and I love them.
It's interesting. It didn't even dawn on me that this was a unique thing that we do until we were talking to another couple. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how it came up, but they just said that they share a blanket because they were talking about, and I was like, wait, you guys share a blanket? You use one blanket at night? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, we haven't done that for years.
No, but we used to.
We did, yeah.
I don't know how or when it switched, but it's been years now.
It's been years.
I cannot imagine sharing a blanket with you now.
We're at year 17, so we must have stopped like 10 years in, maybe?
Probably.
Like 7 years ago.
Yeah, it feels like a very long time. Yeah. Because I literally can't comprehend.
Maybe even longer than that. Maybe.
Probably longer than that. I would hate sharing a blanket with you now because this man wraps himself up in a tight little hot dog and sweats all night long. And he'll like wake up in a sweaty mess and he'll be like, oh, I'm so warm, and just go back to sleep or maybe change his shirt. And I'm like, why are you wrapped up so tightly? Like, just take the blanket off.
I didn't always sweat at night. That is a more recent thing that started happening maybe like 5 years ago. Remember I had that really long stretch?
Oh, yeah. It was crazy.
I would have to change my shirt like 2 or 3
You'd be
times.
drenched.
Like, I would go through shirts, like drenched.
Yeah.
And
I'd be like, why are you wrapped up so tight in the blanket? Because they're really warm blankets. Like, they keep you warm. They're like those luxury minky blankets. But I'm wondering, because I'm turning all night, right? Like, I'm turning back and forth. I got my leg pillow. Our daughter still sleeps in bed with us. She comes in at like midnight every night. And I don't know how we would feasibly, like logistically share one blanket underneath one another.
Well, and as we're talking about this, it's starting to come back to me.
Okay.
I remember you were a horrible person to share a blanket with.
Oh my gosh.
Because you would curl up the blanket over you and then you roll over and then you pull it off of me.
Yeah.
And then I remember I would have to like try to snuggle back over and like pull it back. It was this game of tug of war in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And I remember just being like, this drives me crazy.
Yeah.
And I know this because I always, so like you said, Arrow, comes into our bed pretty much every night. She's 7 years old. That's a whole nother topic we'll have to discuss. But I always wake up and I look over and Arrow's like shivering and you have the blanket like wrapped around you. And I'm like, oh, yep. And I always have to like pull it off of you, put it back over Arrow, then roll over and go back to sleep.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, you're a tuck and roller.
A tuck and roller.
Tuck and roller is what I call it.
So I'm the issue of why we have our own.
I think so.
How do I feel like this is going to turn in every story?
But you know
I'm
what?
be the one?
I think it was your idea.
Probably.
Yeah.
You were hesitant.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to, and I was like, I just feel like this would work better for us.
Yeah. And I also recall I use a winter, like a thick blanket all year round.
Yeah.
And I feel like there were certain seasons where you're like, I don't want to sleep with this thick blanket.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm always like,
like if it's warmer in the room,
Yeah.
I'm need something really light.
See, and for me, I need the comfortable thick blanket
because you want to sweat all night long.
I'll just sweat in the summer if it's too hot.
Who wants to sleep?
I can't
like that?
sleep with no blanket on or like a really thin sheet on. I can't.
See, and that's the thing is I needed my own blanket and not to snuggle because I will just be covered in your sweat if we're under the
I
bed.
don't blame you. I know. There's random nights. I don't know why.
I know.
Because I'm not hot.
Well, clearly you are. Clearly your
At
body
least when
is.
I'm falling asleep, I'm not hot.
Your body's hot. That's thus the sweat.
No, I actually think there's like, because when I had that stretch where I was sweating a lot throughout the night, I looked it up, and there's actually a reason for it.
Yeah, I remember that.
It doesn't. There's something more to it.
Yeah,
we'll have to look that up. Maybe share.
The other thing I was thinking about is that has to do with our sleeping is we sleep very differently. My preferred method of sleep would be a pretty chilly room. Not freezing, okay? I don't want to be freezing, but I want a pretty chilly room because I want to wrap up and I want to get warm in my blanket. Mm-hmm. I want it pitch black. No light anywhere. Why are you looking concerned?
No, keep going.
I want to know what your concern is for that. What?
No, you're right.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right. I want a fan on me. I want the wind blowing. I want worship music on at a pretty decent level of volume as well. As well as my Hatch alarm clock, which plays a thunderstorm all night. So I want the worship music with the thunderstorm, with the fan, in a cold room with my warm blanket. Need a pillow between my legs, which I have this huge, it takes up the whole king-size bed. It wraps up one side of my back and comes all the way around to the front. It is huge. And then a nice soft pillow. You know, I don't ask for much. I don't really need a lot. But but I wear my hair wrap to keep my hair nice. And then I have my mouth guards ready. I'm going to be using mouth guard. And then I put my tracker, my fertility tracker on at night, and it tracks my sleep. And I put a full eye mask on. So it's a hefty load of gear that I have on before bed.
It is, yes.
And that is not how he sleeps, or prefers to sleep, I should say.
Yeah. I do not like cold air blowing on me when I go to sleep. So the fan is always something that I struggle with. Mm-hmm. And I've gotten better. I've accepted that you like the ceiling fan running and blasting.
I was going to say, he's about to tell you everything that he likes, and guess how we sleep every night. The way that I like to sleep.
Exactly. The only thing that I think that I really had to draw the line on was the music. So you would... Yeah. I cannot sleep with loud noises. It's just, it drives me nuts. And I need to hear what's going on in the house. So, like, my mind is, if something happens with the kids, I need to hear. Like,
which I love that. Yeah. That's like a protective piece of you, and I think that's great.
Yep. So, she will, like, it's not like
I play the music
soft,
really quiet.
Yeah. No, you used to play like it's not even like soft worship, calm
it's
music.
My sleep playlist.
It used to be like upbeat.
Yeah, it did.
Raise your hands, jumping around, worship music, and I'm like, how do you expect me to sleep to this?
Oh,
and she'll turn it way up, and then you got the loud like rain, like storm sounds going on with the music.
Yes.
And I'm just like, there was a season I had to actually leave and go into the living room and sleep on the couch because I just couldn't.
Sorry.
And she was kind of digging her heels in the sand with changing it. But then you did.
Yeah. It's really soft music, and it's my sleep playlist. I don't play my worship playlist. because there's some songs that are a little bit more hype. I'm like, I just want Holy Spirit to fill up the room while we sleep, Like that's...
That can happen with soft, quiet,
I do.
on a low volume.
Which I do know. It's soft and it's a specific playlist. I feel approved by you.
Yeah. But I would prefer to not have any music. I would prefer
no sound at all, really.
No sound. No sound. Especially the storm, rain sounds. I don't like that sound.
Yeah.
So
and you would want a little bit of light.
Yeah, I was thinking about the light thing, and I think I like light, but I don't want like a night light on. So it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. You wouldn't want blackout curtains. You like a little light from outside streaming.
A little light from like the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming in.
Well, technically, when it is a full moon, you should have access to view that. It's great for your circadian rhythm. And then you should have blackout curtains the rest of the month.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of it, my thinking there too, is Arrow. So she comes into our room. I'm like, can she even see? But somehow that girl can see. She moves in the pitch dark very well because she makes it into our bedroom.
Well, we don't have blackout
single
curtains.
night.
Well, I'm sorry, that is a blackout curtain and that one is not. But I have my sleep mask on, so it is blackout for me because I see nothing.
Yeah, so you need the room to be blacked out, but you still have a sleep mask.
No, because the room is not blacked out, I do need the sleep mask. If it was blacked out, I'd be good. Yeah. But yeah, we keep that really, really shut there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but we make it work.
We really do.
Somehow,
yes,
we make it work.
Yeah, buddy, we make it work. All right, next thing. You're gonna like this one. Expiration dates on food is a suggested date. Okay, it is a suggestion. It's just like, hey, you make the choice, but we're gonna say this is the date this is good till. Take it or leave it. It's up to you. I will say there is very different. There's some expiration dates. There's best by dates. There's use by dates. There's freeze by dates. So there's a whole array of things
there are. And I think that whether it's a expiration, best by, or used by, you go by that date, no matter what the food is.
No.
If it's best by, have it before that date. If it's expired, definitely have it before that date. Mm-mm. Used by, have it before that date. Mm-mm. So
this is a suggestion.
No.
Also, I'm sorry, who's the governing authority that made up expiration dates and that we need to adhere by them? I would like to meet them. I don't maybe agree with them. Like, why am I, this is the same thing when I grew up and I was like, if I would like burp and everyone would be like, you're going to say, excuse me. I was like, who decided that was the right thing to do? Why do we have to? But what if I don't agree with that? Like, why does it have to be rude to do something that God made our bodies to do? You know what I'm saying?
No, I can't really. I'm not with you on that one.
Okay, back to the expiration dates. I would agree, like for produce or for milk, usually that's pretty spot on. Like it's like cut and dry, like this is good till this date. There's a lot of things that I do not think that I just feel like it's I don't know, just something that they have to put on there. And so they pick a date. And I don't really think it is always the same.
I think I've had too many experiences growing up with eating expired foods. And it just, I can still, when I think about it, I can taste it in my mouth.
I think you told me one story. What was it? What happened? What was one of your bad experiences? Like bread? You had a sandwich or something?
Oh, our bread would always get molded. Growing up,
which is why to this day he will not have bread out.
No, it needs to be in the refrigerator.
He has to put our bread in the fridge, and I did not grow up like that. We had like a bread box.
Yeah. Oof.
So
growing up, if we ever left our bread out for some reason, it would get molded, and there was too many times I accidentally ate molded bread, and
oh my gosh,
yeah, and spoiled milk. Spoiled milk
serious?
is the worst.
You just drank spoiled milk? You didn't smell it beforehand?
I didn't drink the whole glass.
No, but you didn't like smell the...
No, because I didn't... Do you smell the milk every time you pull it out of the refrigerator before you pour
I
it?
don't really drink milk, so.
Oh, well, I'm saying growing up, did you do that?
Yeah, but it was never expired.
Yeah,
I feel like my mom, like, she cleaned out that kitchen. There was nothing that was ever rotten in there.
yeah, I had too many experiences like that.
That's what it was, an adjustment,
And
is that you wanted bread in the fridge. I was like, this is
yes,
bizarre.
bread in the fridge is a must
Yeah.
for sure.
So look, I've, done that. Or we keep it in the freezer. Freezer and fridge, but we don't have it out.
Freezer while we're storing it, and then fridge. Yeah, that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it then. You have some trauma from that. And so
Well, and I don't like. I don't want to sound bad. I guess I don't mind discounted grocery stores, but she has found one particular discounted grocery store, and she buys a lot of stuff from there. And for me, I don't necessarily like it because there's been a few spoiled things that you've gotten,
that's spoiled.
and a lot of things that you get from this discounted grocery store is past the date suggested on the box. So
I do try to be careful. I don't really get produce or dairy or like any. I used to get a lot of vegetables there, and then it's just. But you know
they're
what?
bad, right?
I got a whole thing of blackberries at Costco yesterday. I opened it up at home. Entire thing was molded. Entire thing. So it's going to happen anywhere. But the discount grocery store I go to is mostly all expired or near expiration dates. So I do get it. I try to be careful. I don't think I've ever gotten anything that was spoiled there, but I have gotten something that was like stale, like some crackers that were stale.
Yeah, a few times.
Okay.
For sure.
Like
And cookies.
a couple times.
Like you tried to get me. So I love Nilla wafers.
Brand name.
Not vanilla wafers. They're Nilla wafers. They're a cookie. Okay, I love those. And she tried to get me a box one time. I don't have them a ton, so when I do get them, I'm excited. And you got them, and they were
not good.
bad. And I was like, "What is this?"
Remember when I got you those?
And the kids were like, "Dad, it was from." I won't say the name of this discount because it's a
'Cause it
little
is great.
small mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
And
And it is
I
great.
love and support small businesses, and
Yes.
I'm not gonna.
But there's also been some really great wins there. There's been some really great stuff that I've gotten.
Sure.
There's been some really great stuff. I just usually can't tell the family. Now everybody asks me, where's this from? Where'd you get this from? Because now 2 of the kids are on board with him and don't want to eat anything from the store. But there's some really good stuff there. And there's like organic things. I like it. So I'm cautious of expiration dates. Like I'm aware of them, but I don't follow them to a T. And if you see the date, you're like not going to touch it.
Nope.
Okay. Well,
Because
agree to disagree.
If you're past the date, that means that thing was put together like a year ago. Okay.
Okay, I just wanted to
what
make
is
sure it was still going. Showing up at people's homes unannounced. What are your thoughts, Mr. Yancey?
I think that's like one of the worst things you can do to someone. No, I'm kidding. No, I am not a huge fan of it. But over the years, my opinion has changed.
Really? Last time we discussed this, we were on opposite ends. Have you come to the other side?
Yeah, because there are certain people in our lives now that I would 100% welcome showing up unannounced.
Okay.
So,
But not everybody?
Before, when I didn't have these relationships, I would be like, I want no, outside of our mom, outside of our parents.
Yeah.
And I don't get angry or anything. It's just like
maybe
really?
like annoyed or it messes with your flow. Or...
Yeah, just.
Well, I think it depends on if someone's coming over to say hi and be there for 5-10 minutes and go, or if they're like coming to chill for a couple of hours.
Yeah. And I feel like in the past we've had people that just would just pop up and like, it's like, oh, we're hanging out for half the day. How did that happen?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was just...
Which a piece of me feels like that's actually so beautiful because like, shouldn't that be what life is really about?
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's about the relationship.
Yeah.
So like if you have that kind of relationship with someone, I can understand, you know, doing that.
Right. So I'm like, yeah, I guess it does depend on the person and maybe also what you're doing that day or in that current season of life. And I have always felt like it's so beautiful if somebody feels the freedom and the closeness to just pop up. Like if they feel like that, then I'm like, that's amazing that they feel like it. I'm not going to say I get annoyed, but when somebody texts me, hey, can I call you? I'm like, just call me. You don't have to ask. You don't have to like text me to ask to call me.
But that person probably knows you and knows
they
that
all know
you
that I don't
probably
like
won't
talking on
answer the phone call.
Yeah.
You know,
I got
and they're
you. Yeah.
they're like, hey,
True.
now an okay time to talk.
True.
You know.
But in relation to that, I'm like, why would you ask to come over? Like if you were just dropping by, if I'm like swinging by someone's neighborhood or something, like I've been known to drop by. Like I was just passing through, wanted to give you a hug, but I don't linger and stay for hours without planning it out, you know?
See, and maybe that's women are different than men in that.
Yeah.
But like passing through, want to give you a hug.
I know.
Me, that's like...
we go on bike rides with our family, and we usually always stop at our friend's house to say hi.
We have a few times.
Yeah. Okay,
but that's a quick look. Like,
it is.
Hey, we're not trying to come in.
No.
And like hang out.
No.
It's like, hey, we're standing outside. Hey,
hi.
how's it going?
Yeah.
Cool. What are you guys up to? Cool. We're just on a bike ride.
Yes.
Just driving by your place.
Yes.
Wanted to say hi. All right.
Yes.
See ya. Yep. Let's hang out soon. You know, that kind of thing. It's not a.
So how would you feel if someone did stop by and like lingered and hung out? Depends on the person.
Well,
on the relationship.
It depends on the person, and I feel like that's usually your friends, right? So like, as long as like I'm not being pulled into it, I'm good. Because usually, if I have a plan,
you do.
I have something that I'm doing, and like
you're mentally and physically there,
right?
Yeah,
and I didn't make room for this. You know, it's like so it's hard for me to pivot. Depending on who the person is.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I do think it's a total 90s thing, too. Like, in the 90s, you just showed up at people's homes.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like now...
people didn't have cell phones. You just, you just showed up.
You would just, stop over and hang out.
And that's where I feel like so you guys might hear me say this throughout. I love the 90s. Yeah, even though I was just a kid in the 90s, it's just... like the 90s seems like the best time to live life, to have I would 100% live in the 90s as opposed to where we are now.
Yeah, you always say he's like, oh, if only we could just be back in the 90s.
Yes, yeah. I just felt like people had more time.
Yeah,
social media has consumed our time.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
as we make a podcast for social media.
As we make a podcast, but, podcasts, I listen to all my podcasts on my commutes.
Yeah.
Like if I'm driving somewhere, it's 30
or
minutes.
Working out.
I listen to a podcast. Yep. If I'm working out, I listen to a podcast. So
yeah.
It's not something you have to necessarily stop to do. You can do other things.
Yeah, it would be like listening to our Walkman in the 90s.
Yes. Exactly.
Right?
Yes. But the 90s, such a beautiful time to be alive. Beautiful time.
I get it. I agree.
Yeah, so what were we talking about?
I don't know.
In the 90s, people could stop by.
Yes.
Yeah, because one, you couldn't call them ahead of time. It made sense.
I mean, you could, their house phone, but if you were out already, you couldn't.
Yeah, right. And you just had more time, so like someone stopping by to hang out was like, okay, yeah.
Right, right. Yeah.
Cool.
But
not doing anything, just hanging around.
Yeah, now you like, someone rings the doorbell and you're like, who's, did you have somebody coming? Do you know who's coming? Like, you're just caught off guard.
I remember as a kid, like 9, 10 years old, we didn't have cell phones or like anything, any way to communicate with our friends. And we never really used the house phone to like call their house phone. We would just show up to the park And, I might get there around 10 a.m. and my friend might not get there till like 11, but we always met up at the park. And
Oh, for sure.
It wasn't like this planned, organized
No.
thing. It was just like, hey, I'm going to go to the park, and I know, Tim is
Yeah.
going to be there at some point today.
Right.
And,
Oh my
you know,
gosh. My whole summer was spent at the park.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It was very different. So I think that definitely affects it. And I'm also coming from, you always giggle at this story. I'm a pastor's kid, and when we used to live in Rice, Minnesota, which was near St. Cloud, if anybody's local. And we had our church out there, and when my dad started the church, like, he walked door to door inviting people to church in that town and surrounding towns. So there was a lot of people in the congregation that lived right near the congregation, like within a couple miles. And there was a trailer park near, maybe, I don't know, maybe a mile down the road. And I would bike there and just go visit people from the congregation. I knew every trailer park they all lived in, and I would just go visit and hang out with. I was like a little kid. I think we moved from there when I was in 4th grade. Yeah. I was like in or 3rd grade and just literally biking to these 40, 50, 60-year-olds homes and just hanging out with them in their trailers.
Can you imagine that? Like,
oh my gosh, it's such a different world.
Such a different world. Like our daughters just getting on a bike and going to bike to a trailer park and hang out with the adults there. That's crazy.
I know, but I loved it, and I like have fond memories of it. And then there was a gas station right next to it, and that little container of candy cigarettes. It was a quarter, and I would get them every bike ride. I would just like get a quarter for these little candy cigarettes and go on my bike. But then I was smoking. And man, the 90s were good. Yeah. I don't
know if they were good for that, but yes,
they were good because I would just go visit people.
It's good that you felt safe and that your parents, obviously
absolutely.
You lived in a small town. And,
absolutely. It just was, it was a very different world. But for me, I'm like, that was a normal thing to go just visit people and pop up at people's homes and say hi or I would hang out for a little bit. Like, I just feel like people are so guarded nowadays and sometimes rightly so, but we don't want to be interrupted. We don't want to but really, if relationships and people is high on your value system, it's a priority, then you wouldn't be disturbed when someone was, popping in and out. But I get it. We've got like this checklist, these things to do. And I don't know, I think it's been something that I wanted to assess for our lifestyle. And like, we've wanted to build community where we are and know people. And I'm like, I want people to know that they can pop up and then I'll make time for them.
We live, close to, friends of ours that are pretty close. And we're probably going to just pop up at their place and we welcome them to pop up. So that's where like, I agree with you, just that community and being able to just, we don't have to plan anything, just come by.
Yeah.
Hey, let's just go hang out, you know.
And sometimes those spontaneous things are like the most precious times.
For sure.
I'm so happy for you that you've come this way.
I've come to the other side.
Yeah.
Here on that. Yeah.
Welcome. It's great over here. Okay. Last topic of today's banter. This one I don't think you've changed in your perception of it.
What's this?
If you see someone in public that you know, let's say at the store, what do you do if you see somebody that you know from the past? Not someone you know, maybe even someone you know currently, but more so like someone you've seen from the past. What is your first immediate gut reaction response?
95% of the time, have we made eye contact? Have they seen me?
I'm gonna say they haven't seen you.
Oh, then I'm going the other way.
Hiding?
Well, yeah. This literally happened just like a few days ago. I saw someone and I noticed that they didn't see me. And I just went down the other aisle and took a different route to where I was going.
To avoid them completely.
Yeah, I just don't I don't feel like chit-chatting. Just
Okay, what if you both make eye contact but neither of you responds immediately in like a I know you way. Like just like a quick eye contact and then you both move on. Do you pivot and go back, or do you continue into the hiding process?
In that situation, I kind of read their vibes.
Okay.
So I've had that happen before too, where we both made eye contact, but I could tell like, they don't really seem to want to stop and talk, nor do I. So we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you make eye contact and it sticks.
If we make eye contact and it sticks, I'm gonna go say hi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
You're gonna be
how's it
annoyed
going?
internally.
No, it just depends on the person.
Okay.
It depends on the day. It might be a day where I'm feeling very social.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a day where I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody right
Okay.
now.
Yeah, I get that.
Just
Like
wanna
some
be
days.
in and out.
Yeah.
But now, I feel like we live in a small enough area where I expect to run into people.
Yeah.
So I just prepare myself. If I'm going to Target, I just mentally prepare myself like, okay, I'm going to Target. I have to accept the fact that I might run into someone, and I need to be ready to talk.
At any point in
At any
time,
point
I got
in
to be
time.
ready to roll. And if I see someone from the past or current day, but if I see someone, I will drop everything and beeline to that person. Do you remember when we went to the Timberwolves game? And we were leaving, and I spotted up ahead my best friend from my freshman year of high school. And she's a police officer, and she was on duty.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my goodness. I think I like dropped my bag and like beelined right to her to give her a hug. And I was like, can you hug a police officer when they're on duty? Like, I was like, crap, am I not supposed to do this? I was so excited. And then I just want to like talk. And then I just saw a friend from elementary school at the restaurant. And I just wanted to like hang out and chat and catch up. I did find her on social media afterwards so I could keep talking with her. If it's somebody I know currently or somebody I know from the past, I absolutely want to see them and catch up and talk. Even if it's just like a hug and like a how are ya? How the heck are ya? I just want to see them and talk. And then I'll probably reach out on social media after and try to find them and be like, it was so good to see you today. I do not say things unless I absolutely mean them. So when people are like, yeah, we should get together, I will not say that if I don't actually think we should get together. If I say it, I mean it. And I will follow up with dates. And then it's in that person's hand, whether or not, because I will literally try to get together with somebody that I'll be like, let's connect.
Yeah.
Let's catch up. But if someone which is another topic for me, you guys, because don't say it if you don't mean it. Don't just say it to say it. But I will send dates, and then if you don't come back to me with dates, then I know you really didn't want to get together. And if someone's like, "Oh,
See,
yeah,"
and I have a different opinion on that.
what is your opinion on that?
I think that I give people the benefit of the doubt. I think that if they say they want to get together, they do. But it's just kind of hard to get something on the calendar.
I think if it's important to you, you make time for it.
Yeah.
So I disagree. Because I think if something you actually want to do, you'll make it happen because you make it happen for everything else in life that's important to you. So if it's not important to you, that's 100% okay. But then don't say it. Don't say like, yeah, we should get together.
I've definitely been that person.
Yeah, I know.
Said, let's get together. Then
don't just say it to say it, man.
I don't say it to just say it.
You
I
really mean it.
Yeah, I mean it. Like, hey, it would be cool to get together on a day.
What's your follow-up like then?
That's the thing, is that I'm not a planner. I'm not, hey, does this date and this date work for you?
Okay.
Because I feel like I always have to run it by you. There's been too many times I've planned something and then it's like, we have this event and it's been planned for a year.
Or it'll be like, hey, buddy, we're married. We have this, we have to like run stuff by each other with our schedule. But I will be like, yes, I planned this thing 3 months ago.
So that's why it's
been on
always
the
a
calendar.
challenge for me to plan something because I feel like I've missed something on the calendar. So
Just open the calendar app and look.
I have a work calendar and I have my own calendar.
It's just too much to juggle, huh?
Yeah, it is.
I get it.
I really want one of those calendars that you put up in your house, and it's like a shared family calendar. So at any point that I want to check what's going on, I could just walk into the kitchen and see it. But you have always been against those.
We literally had one, and you never used it.
No, so they have these new ones now where it's like a monitor, and it's basically the calendar, the Google Calendar. You could just pull it up, and the Google Calendar is like
I will
right
invest
there.
in that if the Google Calendar directly syncs to it.
It does. It does.
Then buy it today, man.
Yeah.
Buy it today.
Yep.
There's no way. I have my own pen and paper planner. There's no way that I am planning something out 3 times because I write it in my pen and paper planner and then I put it in the Google Calendar for him who doesn't even look at the Google Calendar anymore, but he was adamant for years that I put stuff in the Google Calendar.
Because I have like 3 Google Calendars and I should sync them all, but...
You should. You could do that with a click of a button, buddy. So if I had to input it on a family calendar up too, and I have to write down every single thing 3 times, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. If you can find something that syncs directly to our Google Calendar, I'm in, buddy.
You can find it on Amazon.
I'm in today.
Easy.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Order. Buy now.
But it has to go up on the wall. It's not going to fit your decor style.
No, there's ones that can fit. There's ones that look cute. There's got to be. Okay. Anyways, back to this thing because I need to just preface this. If someone says like, "Oh, we should get together sometime," if they say it to me, okay, I'm going to either say I'm going to gently let things go. I'll be like, if they send dates, I'll be like, "Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to work out." Like I might not say it like that, but I don't want to like trail people along. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like or if they send dates, I'm going to get back to them right away. Like I feel like I just don't want to say the words anymore. I want to be like, "Hey, yes, we are," or
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
So are you going to not say that anymore to people?
I don't often. I just said in the past.
You just don't follow up with the dates.
Yes.
Okay.
In the past, I've been the one to say, "Let's do it," then I don't send dates.
See, if I say it, I literally mean it, and then I'll put it in their hands. I'll say, "Send me dates that work for you." So then I'm giving them an out.
I feel like if you said it, you should be the one to take the first step and send the dates.
No, it's when somebody says, let's hang out.
If someone says it to you, then you send them the dates.
Then I say, "Yep, send me dates and we'll get it on the calendar."
I feel like if the person that put out the invitation should be the person that reaches out first.
But I think it depends on what they say in response. So if I say, "Let's hang out," and they're like, "Yeah, that sounds great," and then nothing ever happens, I don't really think they wanted to hang out. But if they say, "Yeah, send me some dates," then I'm going to send them dates. Do you know what I mean? I shouldn't have that expectation, but you're trying to gauge, do they act? Because now you just said there's times, I guess you said you really mean it when you say it. But do you think some people say it and they don't really mean it?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because in that instance, you're giving them an opportunity to like really show if they want to get together or if they were just saying it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's a weird thing to say if you don't actually mean it. Why say it?
I think a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
You guys have to let us know. Are you one of those people who say, "Yeah, let's get together, let's hang out," but you're kind of just saying it to say it? This is no shade to you. You need to grow from that and you need to learn and you need to not do that anymore. Don't say it if you don't mean it. But no shade to you. But I feel like I've heard a lot of people that say like, "Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they say." And I used to.
It's a weird thing to do.
I used to.
Yeah.
Because it feels like the nice thing to say when you're
just trying to be nice as you exit the conversation.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And I've purposed to not do that anymore. I'm not going to say it if I don't want to see you again.
I don't want to see you.
If I don't actually want to hang out, I'm not going to say, "Let's hang out sometime." But if I genuinely most of the time I do, I'm like, "Yep, I would love to get together and catch up." And my life allows for it. Things are different now. You know, I don't have little ones running around, which is sad, but another topic for another day.
Well,
this was fun. I liked it. So this was a little bit more of our banter type podcast, and we're going to have a few more episodes coming up that are going to be going into some nitty-gritty deep dive stuff. We're going to talk about vasectomies. We're going to talk about how our city and neighbors did us dirty, and family members. It's going to get crazy up in here.
Yeah, it's going to get pretty intense.
It is. So stay tuned. We've got more coming. And please let us know what else you'd like to hear from us, what banter you'd like to hear. And we'll be back with another episode for you. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
See ya.
I said thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for tuning in today, guys.
Yes.
All right. Well, this was fun.
Peace.
Bye.